so that there's not the feeling of you guys are up to something. That we hear your discussion, that we see your paperwork's done, we see you following ordinances and laws just like you expect from us. I know how much you give to the city.
Well, and here again, I rest my case. I mean, we have council legal sitting right here, and I mean, did they set me up for a fall?
I don't know that
Hold it. That I'm not going to take, Marv. I knew nothing about any payment, anything reference a, work that was done out there. That I didn't know about. I
will be the first to admit, I did not do a disclosure. I do, and that's my fault.
And again.
And I don't think it would have changed the outcome of what was done. I think it was a win-win situation for everybody to have FedEx here and the work that was done.
I think what outcome would change, is people wouldn't be sitting out here thinking that you guys are plotting and planning anything, because everything's above board and done as it should be, and it's very clear as to what you're doing. There's no misstep in it, and I don't think Jordan could have known, because it didn't come through till it came through a warrant, and it took me about 5 days to track down the warrant. It wasn't easy, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve the money. I'm just asking you to please, when something comes up, prior to it coming up, that you have it over to the city clerk, that we know the intention. The mayor has excused himself from the room when the vote comes up for the animal. The contract. It just. Can you understand what I'm saying? How it just appears above board and it doesn't leave you guys open for anything? And honestly, I had two different people. This gentleman offered to walk me through filing, and in this case, you could be charged $2,000 for doing this. And it's like, I am not going to do that. I would rather go stand up in front of them, tell them my concerns, why I'm concerned about it, and he thought that was the best way to handle it. As bringing the open meetings law directly to you guys and discussing it with you guys and why it's upsetting. And it's not just me that it upsets. There's a lot of people that it upsets. So I have the choice of filing and going after you, or coming in here and talking to you like a grown-up. I just chose this.
Any other comments on that item? Are you done?
Oh, God, I hope so.
No, you're not done yet.
Okay.
You're not done.
Okay.
I'm on there for 3 claims this month, and
yes, I know.
one of them was $900 that I bid on the fence for the
cemetery,
which was a bid at cost.
Right.
And that didn't include hauling it in or not, which I donated that. However, the thing is done. I proposed the bill. I didn't know it was coming through. I thought it would come from the committee, but it didn't, and that's fine. But that was the way it come up to $900. It should have been $3,000, but that's okay. But and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it real simple for you, because this is the last claim I'm ever putting in the city. There's also, the other stuff is for iron. I'm the only guy around that sells iron, and I don't even want to stop and sell iron because I'm in the production business. We do it as a service, as a community service, like your PSAs.
I don't have PSAs.
Well, some of the radio stations.
I'm not associated with the radio station in any way.
Okay, who are you?
I'm Julie Young, but I'm not associated with the radio station. That would be Susie Ernest and Jim Ernest.
Okay, you're just a concerned citizen.
That's truly what I'm.
That's fine. And that's how that come about. And like when they come out to get a piece of iron, the next thing they got to do, if I don't have it, they have to get it from Scottsbluff. They have to order it in or drive up there with a pickup truck and get $6 worth of iron. Doesn't make much sense to do that. But from now on, I'm not going to do any of my businesses. I'm not going to do any business with the city of Sidney. It's going in my windows. We do not do business with the city of Sidney. It's too much trouble. We trouble putting up with things like this and accused of things we shouldn't be accused of.
I don't think I accused you of
But
anything. I
it's gonna be
simply
that
brought
simple. It's
ordinances.
going to be that simple, and that's the end of it.
That's your right.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other discussion?
Kathy Wilson.
Wanna come to the podium?
I'm the committee that you're speaking of, Bob, and it was a total coincidence that
You gotta
that
come.
bill came through at this time. It was turned in as soon as you gave it to us. It was brought down and it was paid in its proper order. And we do thank you for it, just like we thanked Marty many times for his work.
Okay, you're gonna come to the podium, or we're moving on to item 9?
I am at the podium.
Thank you.
My name is Dave Young. For the record, I'm Julie Young's husband. And also for the record, I haven't had anything to do with the radio station for 10 years, so I'm here as a citizen too. And as you might imagine, the topic of conversation at our house has been revolved around a lot of these issues for the last month. And Councilman Van Vliet, I think, let me put it this way. We don't believe that any of you ran for public office with bad intent. I don't think that's what Julie was up here to say in all the discussions that we've had, and it was certainly not to accuse anyone of anything, other than to say let's be open and expose discussion so that citizens can have the opportunity to participate in the formation of public policy. And I feel bad that you took it as some kind of an accusation. That's not what it was at all. It's let's just follow the rules. And the simple fact is we all live here in this small town. I'm mistaken, even though I've not been involved in the radio station for 10 years, when people have talked about the fact that my sister's here, my wife's here, and my mom's been at the meetings, that it's some kind of radio station dynasty or something. Well, I don't have anything to do with it. Simple fact is, in a small town, to get good people to run for council, you have businessmen to run, and those businessmen have a right to do business with the city. It makes matters a bit more complicated because there are these disclosure issues that have to come up. Citizens want to be assured that there's nothing, there's no kind of funny business going on, and that's what those accountability rules are for. But the fact that we're in this small town, we all know each other. We have relationships by family, by marriage, by business association, by parents. You've got family members that work for the city. You've got all these different interrelationships, and the only way that you can keep it all sorted out is just to keep it as open and straightforward as possible. And I think that's the big message here, is that, yeah, we weren't watching very closely a year ago. I said last month, open meetings are a big issue for me, because that's the DNA that I was born with, was to look at the world through like journalistic eyes and say, no, you can't do that. And I used to, when I went to Colorado State University, I reported for the local radio station there, and the Colorado Board of Governors, which was the governing body of CSU, they'd be saying that they're talking about personnel, yet through the glass doors you could see that the budget officer was talking. And it would just drive journalists crazy to see things like that. So we're just asking for you to follow the rules and be as open as possible with the citizens. Let us participate in the discussions. Don't just come out and tell us, here's what we're going to do.
Any other discussion? We're going to move to item 9.
I've been with the city going on 20 years in March. Joe Hauser, and I'm here as a citizen, but I'm also here as an employee. I've been with the city for 20 years this coming March, and I don't believe that my integrity has ever been questioned up until recently. And I guess the only thing that I want to say is when I'm asked